Okay, we're live now for the new Dharma discussion with Khenpo Tenzin.
Thank you. Okay, everybody actually here. So we recite three jewels, that part with the Buddhist part on page number 4, and then we maintain our discussion. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly by the merit of generosity and other perfections. May I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Okay, the Dharma friends, shall I ask? Oh, yeah.
There's a question that came in on the chat from Jay Larson. She would like to know, what is the red blindfold? The red blindfold that we wear? And I'm not sure what the reed leaf is. And what is the liquid in the vessel that is poured into your hand that you drink and put on your crown during empowerments?
Yes. This red blend is means first usually we are going to wear it on the eyes. So we are going to cover our eyes. So at that moment, there is a time to not allow or permission to see kind of these ordinary phenomena. And then we remove this red blend. At the same time, we should see that all the mandala of Yadam deities, for example, Vajrayogini or Jakasamvara, or this when you receive empowerment. At that time, that means it's opened your wisdom eyes. So that's the way. First, there is no permission to look at mandala or something like that. And then after you receive that empowerment completely, and then you remove this, at that moment you have permission to see mandala. That means you are going to perceive all of these things mandala. And then the nectar, as I mentioned, this abhiksa and abhikar. So there are two mantras. So it's nectar first, actually is scattered, these our obscurations. And second, abhikinsa, shita means it's scattered all the obscurations. Abhisheka means then it gives you permission into the to attain Buddhahood in this very life. Or another way we can say you have permission to practice this Vajrayana, and then you receive this nectar in your hand. So you can use your right hand, or you can use your left hand. It doesn't matter. And then that is actually represent of wisdom. Actually, nectar and amrita is the same. So that means it's called dutsi. Du means mara. Mara, the mara, usually we think mara is somewhere, but mara, the authentic maras are over afflictive emotions, negative thoughts. Zi means it's cleansing, it purifies, like a medicine which eliminates. Zi means actually zi is it's very powerful. Zi is in the Tibet. In Tibet there is it's one animal like a small deer. It's I forgot certainly this name, muscadel, maybe muscadel, they have a special zi, zi. So this zi can use mix of medicine. That zi also it's help us a lot in many ways. So the synonym zi means it is purifies something very kind of powerfully. So then this nectar you drink through your channels, it enters your channels, it cleansing your channels, purify the winds, karmic winds. And then you put here is actually respect, that respect. But another way we can think that when you touching on your crown, there is a crown chakra. Crown chakra, the center chakra goes up and then opened on this top of your crown. So you put there, that means it again blessed your channels, center channel. If you can bless your center channel, or this blessing enters through your center channel, then it parade everywhere, every channels. That's why we do this. Okay. Very good question. Thank you so much.
Yeah, the other was there's one of them. I was given some kind of reed.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a leaf. It was just a real thin. During one of the empowerments.
Yes, that is a secret name. So name is for example, when you receive refuge vow, you receive name. When you become the full, the ordained novice monk and nuns, or you become full ordained monks and nuns, at that time you receive name. And then this during the empowerment, you receive a secret name. So this means your which kind of there are 5 family Buddhas, like then the also the Vajra family. Actually, with the Vajra family, Lotus family, Jewels family, and so forth. That's where then because of your name, then it makes sense. But this name is a secret. You don't need to use it publicly. Better you keep this name. Many practitioners in what they did is what they do is they read the name. Somebody ate the name, just memorize the name, and that this paper they ate. Somebody put on the fire, and not they don't show it publicly. And the main reason is in the future when you become enlightened, then perhaps you are become enlightened as a Lotus family Buddha. In the Lotus family Buddha, that's related to Amitabha and so forth. And Jewel's family Buddha, if you attain Buddhahood this way, it's like a Rena Sambhava, something like that. So that's a secret name. Okay, thank you. Yes.
We have had some questions that were emailed in ahead of time. There's one from Caleb, who I see is also in the Zoom room. How many hours a day should a person practice to achieve shamata with the ability to enter the first dhyani at will in daily life? I am learning about Dzogchen from books, the Vajra Essence, but at what point will I need to meet with a lama to practice properly? And can I learn Dzogchen from the Garchin Buddhist Institute?
So to accomplish shamatha, how many sessions a day is 4 sessions are good and 6 sessions are good. That is it's tunye means 4 sessions, tundro means 6 sessions. So if you practice these sessions, then you will attain this shamatha stage. You will be able to attain shamatha stage. Normally, don't so much thinking that's it's difficult to attain this stage. So it's almost like impossible. This thinking is, I don't mean you are, but this thinking doesn't help us. It's not true actually. So if we practice shamatha very well on 1 week, definitely we attend. Do you know the Goenka? I think many of you have this experience. Goenka, they meditate about 10 days. Some my friends, lamas, they also have this experience. So about 10 days, it really work very well, they say, for example, Goenka. But still what they thought is this shamatha and this experience are I don't mean it's good or bad, but they're slightly different. Otherwise, so likewise, shamatha definitely in 7 days you can attend this very well. And then some lamas they meditate 6 months and then accomplished. Some lamas meditate 8 months on shamatha, then they accomplished shamatha. And then what is other question? You said, Dzogchen?
Yeah. Caleb's learning about Dzogchen from books, the Vajra essence. But at what point will I need to meet with a lama to practice properly? And can I learn Dzogchen at the Garchin Buddhist Institute?
Yeah, absolutely, yes. The Garchin Rinpoche always taught the essence of Dzogpa Chimbo. And then Garchin Rinpoche trained Dzogchen vastly, and Rinpoche has profound path instructions, so there is no doubt. And then from Garchin Rinpoche, you listen Garchin Rinpoche's path instruction about Dzogpa Chimbo, then definitely His Eminence Garchin Rinpoche is the perfect one. Of course, there are many wonderful these masters, so you can follow them. But right now, I can introduce that. And you listen Rinpoche's teaching about Dzogchen. There are Tsiktsum Nedik and Kunzang Molam, Kunzambo, Samita Badara, and so forth. Okay, and then also Rinpoche often gave brief path instructions about Tikchu and Tukar. Tikchu means cutting thoughts. Tukar means is the transcended or crossed. Their special way, like meditate with the sunlight and so forth. Rinpoche gave the main path instructions frequently, so you listen his teachings. Among them, you can find other. There are many Dzogchen masters. If you follow them, for example, Katorin Zinchimo and yeah, there are many masters. You can find them. Okay.
Khenpo,
Oh yeah.
can you hear me? I met you 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
Good to see you.
Yeah,
I'm over here in Seattle, so this is our shrine room over here. But I was empowered a little over a month ago, my first empowerment. And the last thing you said today was that if you receive that secret empowerment or practice it, if you hear something negative, then like you are so ugly, then you're not going to hear that negativity. You're going to hear a mantra. Can you just say a little more about that? Is that so? If someone insults me, am I literally not going to hear that insult, or am I going to hear it and then just not feel the negativity from it?
Oh yeah. Actually, today I talk. I actually emphasize on there because of the teachings. section is on that part, so I'm going to emphasize on there. But normally, a couple of years ago, I and Rinpoche were in the dining room. We being together during the lunch. At that time, there were, I think, one event. So many people were there, and Rinpoche told me, "Oh, all the sounds are mantara, means like what we are here right now." So that means everybody speak. So we don't hear any persons speak. That means what they say. But that means then from our side, we are not angry anybody because there's a permission to speak each other's during the eating time. And then we are not attached to anybody's speech because there's we cannot hear good words or bad words about. So that's where I think that is you use you remember, keep this pattern instruction in your mind. So sometimes people say some bad things, but you don't feel it very bad. Then it maybe it's still good. It's still good. If you cannot hear the sound of the these vowels and consonant, still okay. And then someone use some like negative words. Then if you cannot how to say listen the these mantras, instead of this. You are not fixated on this sound. You don't kind of fixate. You are not fixated, so don't worry what they say bad things to you. That is also still your samaya is pure and very good. And then another opportunity to solve this problem is, for example, one person say very bad words to you. And first you perceive, oh, this is very bad words, and you are almost ready to reply or react something, and suddenly you apply your mindfulness. Oh, it is time to practice keep samaya of a second empowerment, secret empowerment. So that's where I don't want to reply negative words. Instead, I give compassion back, or try to, or this sound is like an echo. It's just like a thunder's clips. So then I don't fix it. It's just I hear it, let it go. I hear from right ear, let it go through left ear. So that then still your samaya is pure.
So just one more question on that. Mm-hmm. So if I hear something negative and I just kind of pause for a minute, and I don't reply and I have compassion, then that means that maybe the secret empowerment's working, would you say?
Yeah, definitely. It's exactly what I told you, that when you hear this word and suddenly you try to apply mindfulness, then this is how you keep samaya of secret empowerment. Thank you so much. Yeah.
So Eleanor in the Zoom room has had her hand up for a while.
Hello.
I just got out of the hospital, and so I'm a little foggy.
Oh.
But you were talking about after the secret empowerment, and you said after you talked, the last one was the wisdom wind. You said try to see Samboka on your family's form.
Mm-hmm.
And what I would like to know is, does that mean the spirit of your family, or do you look at them each individually and try to see their form? And can you see Samboka Kaya form on a dead family, on a family member that's passed on, or the whole family that's passed on?
Oh, yeah. Thank you so
much. Do they need to be alive?
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. First, I think tomorrow is Medicine Buddha's Day. So we will practice Medicine Buddhas for all these Dharma brothers, sisters who have a physical issue. And then you also have time to participate. Of course, you do. If you don't have time, still recite medicine Buddhas for us. For example, we are recite this Manjushri here is for you, and for others, so forth. So that's what I would like to share with you all. And then you dedicate each others. We are Dharma siblings, so it's very important to dedicate our marriage each others. And yes, this you visualize Sambhogakayas in your family's form means whose form appear to you. For example, you appear as form of your pet. Your pet is outside of the door, your house right now, for example, and you are inside, but still you appear as your pet's form, and then suddenly you change your perception, and you try to perceive Sambhogakaya's form. And then those who passed away from your family, their body is not there, but your in your imagination, in your mind appears the same form like before when you saw. So that's where that form try to transform into Vajra, this Sambhogakaya. So not always necessary one body in front of your flash eyes. It's in front of your mind. You can visualize in front of your mind.
So that the spirit of who they were.
Probably it's called spirit. Spirit means Dharma is visualization. Visualize. You should visualize. For example, right now, I talking about Garchin Rinpoche, yeah. So Garchin Rinpoche appear in my mind. First I appears Garchin Rinpoche as like a 99 years old person with a cane, suddenly with a red hat, something like that, and then with the prayer well, yeah. But then suddenly I try to change. It's Sambhogakaya means like a Vajra Safa, you know. It's so something like once Yidam's form. Try to perceive once Yidam's form. So that's what I try to say.
Okay, let me think about that. Thank you.
So Khenpo, is that the same radiance that Garchin Rinpoche talks about and that he sees?
Or about the sound or
No. When he looks at individuals, the radiance that he talks about that he sees.
Oh, in the dining room.
Yes.
Yeah, that's definitely, I think Rinpoche experienced. That's where he shared with me. But he did not mention that. Oh, I do that, so you do. He did not say like that, but he just suddenly says, "Oh, the sound of mantra is means like this." So that means he pointing out this means that everybody that talks like blah, 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 blah. So then after he explained. First he said like this, and then I focus. Then he explained because we are not fixed, not attached, not aversion, something like that. Yeah, I remember that clearly. So many years ago, actually, he mentioned that to me. Okay, yes.
There are two hands up there. Khenpo, do you want to choose?
Oh yeah, it's a Mitchell first. Oh yeah.
Michelle, yeah. Two questions for you. If we take empowerments from, say, Sakya school, and then I want to take an empowerment in a different school with Garchin Rinpoche, is that okay, or should we stay with one school? Because when you do, for example, the refuge tree, I just include everybody that I study with, but I don't know if I'm doing it correctly. So,
yeah, absolutely. is correct. First, it's correct. My answer is this: is correct. No worry, no worry. Saja, Kaju, Nyuma, Gelo, all of these lineages are very kind of authentic lineage, and their masters are authentic masters. Their teachings are pure, and there is no mistakes. So that's where there is no cause of worry, anything. And by the way, most of the time, this is my answer to everybody. I think everybody, and that is what I feel. And I also used all of these lineages, but slightly different. Me and other, I don't mean you, but sometimes sometimes I thought. I just check by my answers. Am I right to say all that? But for your question, I think my answer is right. Right now, I said that. But sometimes what happened is someone it's fall off full lineages. That's wonderful, yeah. Saja, Gelo, Nyingma, one by one. Eventually, they gave up all of this. That sometimes happened in our friends. I noticed very few, no more. Some step by step joining all of these lineages, but eventually they gave up. That the problem happened is then first they think, oh, this lineage is good, and then a little bit happened something in the mind, and then jumped another lineage, and then jumped another lineage. So then eventually they give up that, and then eventually they enters non-Buddhist. And then they enters non-Buddhist, okay, yeah, of course, okay, that. And then eventually they become non-practitioner, non-religious. So that sometimes happened. So then eventually the empty hands, you know. So that's it's not I'm talking to you. It's generally I love to share that. So right now, remember this. Otherwise, the lineages or the lineage receive empowerment for lineages is absolutely wonderful. You know, the big empowerments are like Kali Chakra empowerment. It's not actually it's not only one lineage empowerment, for example. So that's where we receive all lineages empowerment. It's a very good thing. Okay.
No, I was just wondering because, like, when I joined the practice for a Drupchen, I was wondering if I have to take a separate empowerment with Garchin Rinpoche, or if I have that deity's empowerment already, if it's okay to join. For example, Vajra Kilaya.
Yeah, that I think it's better to say yes, because if there is a little kind of a different, we call choga. Choga means ritual practice of empowerment is slightly different. But for example, you receive Vajikala empowerment from Saja lineage, then you can participate here for this over Vajikala practice. So that's definitely fine.
I just wanted to say thank you because today's teaching was very clear about the mantras and the visualization. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, next, Shana. Hello.
Namaste, Kambola. Thank you.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask, I would like to run an experience that I've had by and just make sure that I'm on the right track with it. So I've been continuing my bodhicitta practice, and this morning I was sitting outside here in the yard, and there was a hummingbird, and I just had this thought about how hummingbirds are our ancestors in some cultures, and they represent our ancestors. And then I just sort of experienced the lineage of our lineage in our practice, and had this experience of when I'm around birth and I'm around death, the veil gets very, very thin, between like what's here and what's there, sort of as above, so below kind of thinking. But in this moment this morning, there was no veil. And it just felt like, oh, life energy is here. And it's all, we're all in an ocean. And it's just like this life energy is embodied in embodied beings and sentient beings right now. But it's the same as the life energy in ancestors and spirit world or lineage. And it felt, I don't know, just such a peaceful, joyful presence. And I thought to myself, like, oh, if I could keep nurturing this expansion, I would like to live here. And I don't know if that's correct thinking or not. So I wanted to check that out.
Absolutely, that's correct. So any kind of practices combined with love, bodhicitta, we call bodhicitta or love, and then then all of these practices are correct one, so no doubt. And then as you mentioned that during our practice and visualizations, if we can experience bliss for a moment, that is really amazing. It's really amazing. That is the city of our practice. That is the result of our practice. So then try to maintain. Sometimes it naturally experienced, that will be wonderful. And then after maintain on there, make a little bit efforts. Sometimes it naturally occurs in one's practice. So there's no doubt. But yeah.
Could I ask one question then about that also?
Yeah.
Is it okay? I feel like in that space that I feel like that's how I get the guidance of how to live my life here embodied. And it feels like is it okay to think of it as like, ancestors and that energy and just like whatever comes through, like just trusting. And it feels like I don't know, it feels like becoming a conduit instead of being a body. Mm-hmm. Is that okay?
Yeah, definitely. Actually, there is a... I'm not worried about your practice because you received a refugee vow and you trust bodhicitta and you practice bodhicitta. And you last times you shared about only taking and giving is wonderfully, so that's where there's no doubt. And then sometimes you try to combine more your bodhicitta in your practice. So then all the kind of experiences and all the appearances are absolutely fine. There's no any mistakes if we consecrate it by bodhicitta.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next.
Barbara has had her hand up.
Yes. Hello, Barbara.
Hi, Khenpo, thank you for speaking on this today, because I didn't even know I had questions until you started speaking, and it clarified a lot of things. Back in my day when we took empowerments and so forth, it was always like, it was scary because I was brand new and I didn't really know what I was doing. And people would make comments and I'd get, like for one thing, people used to say, and I haven't heard it in a long time, but it might be because I'm hearing mantra now. But, be careful who you take an empowerment with, because you're kind of you're like gelled together. I'm trying to explain this in the right words. And so, and also, what you said about not getting the empowerment, there has been times where I knew I didn't get it. There was a disconnect. Like there was no connection, and but I felt that, and so when you talked about it, I knew it was true, and it didn't happen often, but the thing is about taking the empowerment. Is it true? Like you need to be careful, and that I haven't thought about it because I've just been with the same teachers and for years now. So I don't think anything of it. I'm right in my own lineage and so forth. But is that true about you have a connection with each other that you took to empowerment, like an obligation?
So the thing is, first, let me say this: what we hear during the listening the teachings. I mean, I heard, and I also a little bit. Oh, how should I do like this? For example, in the one way it says, "Oh, empowerment is very important. If one receive empowerment, at least 7 lifetimes or 16 lifetimes, one will attain Buddhahood or one receive some siddhis. So receive empowerment is very important." That's what I heard. Then on the other hand, it says samaya is very important. If we don't have to keep samayas, then just take receive empowerment are useless, something like that. So these two things come, we can hear during the teaching. And then, first what I would like to tell you is, since from today you receive empowerment, you feel you receive empowerment from masters, or you did not receive empowerment, or you received empowerment and you seems you did not do correct way, did not practice correct way, whatever. Don't regret about empowerment. That is very important. So don't regret about empowerment which received to you. That is never ever turned non-virtues. So don't think the receive empowerment is you don't regret about that. But if you today, what should you understand need to do is, oh, I receive empowerment from these masters, but since I did not do correctly what they say, or maybe they did not tell me, so that's why I did not do. So that's where today I'm happy. So I heard some new things. I'm try to practice them. That is very important. And then another way is if you feel, oh, I follow a master 4 years or 5 years, but my master did not give me empowerment. So seems my master is not a good master. Don't think that. So that's why I told you today. I taught today that talking about this, taught today. So empowerment, it does not always mean the vase put on the crown. That is Milarepa mentioned. This is altar empowerment. And many in the teachings mentioned vase empowerment put on the place on the head or crown is that is not only empowerment. Empowerment means understanding meaning of this understanding the meaning of empowerment and try to feel it. These are the empowerment. And then if you will not regret about the virtues, and then virtues, any kind of virtues are virtues. But the thing is that there are power. Empowerment has a special power. If you are receive it correctly, it greatly benefit in your life. So then, from today, you already, if you receive some empowerment, and then since from today there is a self-empowerment. It's called samadhi empowerment. So that's you can practice every day. That means every day you can receive empowerment from your guru and Buddhas. So that's you practice, and we will discuss vividly next week and another week about this. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. If my answer is not clear, don't worry. You directly ask me, okay?
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, and then tuber or double heart or tuber heart? Three hearts, three loves. Or
Thank you.
oh yeah.
Khenpo.
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can very well. Can hear.
Okay. First of all, this is just a comment. You were talking about how people, they go from, this school, that, all over the place, and finally they drop out of Buddhism.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I kind of find if you don't do the four thoughts that turn the mind, you will eventually drop out, because you have to see the emptiness of samsara as far as I'm concerned. And if you don't see it, you're not really going to turn away. And things that, like, once are easy, like when you see the emptiness of samsara, become hard when you don't. So you're always, in a struggle to just maintain your practice. That's just how I feel. And then my question is, sometimes when I meditate, thoughts become like objects. Have you ever heard of that? And is that a bad thing? Because I'm thinking that if I see thoughts like objects, material objects, then that means there's too much dualistic thinking. Thoughts as material objects. This happened to me the other day ago, but it's not the first time.
Mm-hmm. During the actual practice meditation, meditating, there is occurring many different experiences. So actually, don't. It's better to not worry about this. But if I understand clearly your question, thoughts become object of your meditation, I think it's very good. It's very good. But you say material, like a material object, I think it's still okay. So, for example,
You can reach out and touch it. You can reach out and touch it.
You can touch it?
Yeah.
For example, how can you touch your, for example,
because it's an object.
For example,
so my mind, like, I can reach out, I can touch it. The first time it happened to me was years and years ago, and then it hasn't happened. And you can break it apart, you can walk around it. It's an object. And then just a few days ago, the same thing. These thoughts arose, but they were more like an object. And this time I had I don't want to explain the detail, but it was.
If you are never mind, can you give me this emotion? Which emotion becomes like a matter object?
Anything, anger, jealousy, hatred.
Okay, anger become an object as a material. So you say you can touch it. How can you touch it? Touch by hand?
Huh?
You can touch by your hand or?
Well, yeah, since it's an anger, it's like in my mind, but in my mind, I can actually touch the anger. I can break it apart. I can walk around it. And yeah. And I'm just wondering how crazy I actually am.
No, I still positive about you because you can touch anger means I think your mind touches it. So you are a little bit speaking with a poetry way. Otherwise, I don't think your hand touch it, but you strongly feel that the angry emotion is there. So that is actually very good result. It is not crazy. It is really wonderful. So that means, do you know there is a Dzogchen and Mahamudra teaching? Kuma ngunzin ji danga. The kuma ngunzin ji danga means kuma means thief. Ngunzin means understanding. Dhamma means path instruction. There is a special path instruction to understand the kuma is actually a metaphor. Otherwise, it's thoughts. Thoughts. So that's where right now you understand that. Even this morning we meditate. I actually a little bit lead boring meditation this morning. If some are very new, because I say just watch your thoughts. So at that time, even by myself, I try to see my thoughts, whatever appears in my mind, or looking at my thoughts. So that's where you already saw it. So not without like efforts. You already see. That's so wonderful. So there's a key point. The idea is when you see anger as an object, material object, you start to hatred this. You are start to angry to your angry emotion. It's very possible. So that's where today you ask me. So my request to you, or my answer to your question is, you are watch. Just watch it. Just watch it. That is number one. Then you are going to watch again and again. Otherwise, that angry emotion is very strong. If you watch again and again, your mindfulness is like a sunlight, and then this angry emotion is like ice. So the sunlight touch on this ice again and again. Then slowly, the sunlight always warm, but then this ice of angry emotion will melt. So then this energy of this angry emotion transform into your mindfulness. That's where your mindfulness becomes brilliant, very, very powerful. Okay?
Okay, so it's not a scary thing.
No, not scary. Yeah, that's a very good question. That is not scary thing. It's a very great result. So please maintain with these practices. Okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Oh yeah. Jacob? Yeah. Oh, you can unmute.
Okay. Early in your talk, you talked about urine, and I didn't quite understand that. So the idea was we should transform things based on seeing ourselves as a Yidam deity. Mm-hmm. I understood you correctly. But then you mentioned urine, and I didn't quite understand that, because I understand eating food, and seeing ourselves as the Yidam deity. And so I understand that part, but I didn't understand how the urine fit into your talk. Can you explain how the urine fits in?
Yes, I talked about urine. I tried to correct pronunciation about urine, because today's teaching is Vajrayana Samaya part. So that's it's important to mention there. Even have to mention there. So urine is actually, we say, oh, urine. That means always is a toilet object. It's like a garbage. We cannot touch. We cannot accept it. So this Vajrayana practice, we keep pure perception. That means we are going to transform these phenomena are pure phenomena. Impure phenomena should be transformed into pure phenomena. So that's why urine, poops, and then these the kind of impurity things. Usually we think, oh, it's like the object of a very ugly object or something like that. So we are going to transform that. So usually this body, 5 aggregates, this body formation, there's perception, consciousness. We perceive just regular phenomena. So we are going, during the Vajrayana practice, we are going to perceive they are the pure, like a yadam's form. And then whatever we eat or whatever we cannot eat and drink, these things we are going to transform into like a ganachakara. So that's where I talked about this. But it's good question, right time to ask. So there is steps. How suddenly, for example, one cannot visualize this body is 5 family Buddha. Even one's form is Buddha's form, and then food like a regular food has this is delicious food. We have attachment. This is I cannot eat. It's very disgust food, something like that. But still we drink urine, then we become crazy. So that one don't do. But then why I'm bringing this urine here is, for example, today I ask tea someone. I ask tea and they give me tea, but its tea is not so good. I almost ready to reject this tea, and then what I'm going to think is, oh, I'm a Vajrayana practitioner, so even the urine, I should perceive urine is a nectar, so then why I cannot drink this tea? So that's where I try to transform this tea as a nectar and then drink. That's how we do. So that means we don't reject something, we don't adopt something like that. So then it helps us. For example, if we should be able to transform urine into the nectar, then of course at least I need to try this tea transform into nectar, something like that. Okay.
Okay, I have 2 questions that were emailed before that I want to be sure we get to. One is from Trish, and she's noticed that many people do not say the word Rinpoche when speaking about Garchin Rinpoche and maybe some other teachers as well. Could you please speak about Western students may not realize the importance of calling Garchin Rinpoche by his correct name? And she knows that it means, Rinpoche means precious. It's a sign of deep respect. Is there anything else you have to say about that?
Actually, the most thing is related one's own motivation. So we the Garchin Rinpoche, you're right. You say Garchin Rinpoche. It's you use little longer name. His name is Garchin Rinpoche. You can use it. So Garchin Rinpoche is correct. You can then it's very comfortable for you. Otherwise, there are long name. Rinpoche's long name. Then his name is Garchin Rinpoche or Garchin Rinpoche. Some use like a Garchin. Still, it's when I heard this, I feel a little different, slightly. Something like that. But suddenly, right after, I can understand because I not become like a familiar. We always use Rinpoche with Garchin Rinpoche or whatever we use first his name, but then Rinpoche, we always use that. So if we always use like this way, I think that's where we it's accumulate our merit, because Garchin Rinpoche is real Rinpoche. So Rinpoche meaning is like a wish fulfilling jewel. So if we supplicate, then whatever we supplicate, and they can bestow us or these blessings, and then it's so my answer is you call Garchin Rinpoche and his means Garchin Rinpoche. It's both fun, I think.
Okay, maybe we have time for one last question that was emailed from Tristani. I am looking for a Buddhist teacher, but I am overwhelmed with all of the different Buddhist schools. And how do I know which approach is right for me? And should I seek my teacher myself, or will he or she find me?
He or she, I don't think, find you. Actually, because in the ancient times, still this culture is in Tibet. But here in the Western and some Asian country, slightly changed because I don't know, it's the environment. Otherwise, student must search one's teacher, seek one's teacher. Teacher doesn't come into so much. Come to, oh, you should become my student. You should become my student. No, teachers is quite very rarely. But if some says that is not illegal, Dharma illegal. But I think it has some special reason. Few will possible, very few. In generally we don't. So you are going to search teacher, but search teacher means if you always focus those who possess like a higher throne, and those who possess the very kind of a big ground name or large number of sangha, that is actually not a mistake if you search, but that is like there is called the Ravong Chandro. We don't do like a Ravong Chandro. Do you know Ravong Chandro? Ravong means rabbit. Chandro means there is a story. It's just, the one. It's kind of a fox. Fox ran away and met a rabbit, and then rabbit asked, "Why are you running? Run away." And then fox replied that, "I heard a jack sound like this." But then rabbit never know what is that and what is just run away, run away until he got completely exhausted. So we don't do that. Oh, there are many kind of sanghas. There are it seems famous. The name of famous. Don't do that. I think. What should you do is you listen teaching. Listen the teachings, and whose teachings feels you. It helps your like helps you in brief. Whose teachings helps you, then I think it's better to listen, follow that. And then, of course, there is, for example, His Eminence Garchin Rinpoche and this Saja, higher guru, and Dalai Lama, and those are doubtless, of course, they're well known, at the same time, very, very authentic. These are wonderful. But in generally, what I think is you first listen, ask questions, and then make connection mind to mind. But not always do that. I'm sorry, it's too much, but one step is almost ready to back, Don't ask a question this way. What I try to say is, I ask you, him or her, this question, and this question is incorrect, then I'm going to run away from him or her. Don't do that. You ask again, few questions, more questions, discuss more, and then you feel, oh, it really benefit me, help me, and then I think you keep that as your teacher, okay? Thank you so much, all of you. Please love by yourself for a little while. Just you love yourself, and then I recite this dedication prayer, and then I ask you this: your love transformed towards sentient beings. Just do this. That is profound dedication. Okay. Chancho sencho rinpoche ma je ba na je je ba nyam ba me ba ya go ne gong de be wa jo. Now you change your attention, so love all sentient beings. Okay, thank you so much. You all have a wonderful time, and your questions are really wonderful. It's profound teachings. Your questions are profound teachings. So I deeply rejoice your wonderful questions and share your experiences. And thank you so much. And may you greatly benefit all beings and be happy. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Thank you.
Thank you, Khenpo and Sangha.
Thank you,
Thank
Khenpo.
you, Khenpo.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Khenpo.
It's great seeing everybody. See you next time. Love you all.
Yes. Thank you.
Ditto.
Please love each other.
People who wrote questions on the chat, if we didn't get to them, please email them so we can make sure they get answered next time. Thank you.
So long. I have to rewrite that thing. Okay.